Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about Tinkerbell with some gameplay towards the end. We know she's a range guardian, so she works well in a team as a support and a tank guardian. I usually use her with Oogie or Baymax or Frank or Belle. So as you can see, my Tinkerbell is at 5 stars, rank 4 and level 40. She's not really close to her first Astro level. I actually recently got her to 5 stars. So I'll think about getting her to rank 5, but I've got other range guardians I want to level up first. But now let's move on to her core ability. When you're using Tinkerbell, it's all about building up her pixie dust. Whenever Tinkerbell lands a basic attack, she has a chance to gain a pixie dust, whereas her heavy attacks guarantee a pixie dust. The max stacks here are 10 stacks. Although her heavy attacks guarantee a pixie dust, it is not viable to just use heavy attacks to gain the pixie dust. This is because throwing heavies constantly opens you up to taking damage, so you really want to use Tinkerbell's heavy attacks only when the enemy is getting ready to throw a special. This is because you eliminate the chance to get hit. Now moving on to her special ability. When Tinkerbell activates her special ability, she enters a supernova state. She will actually change physically via a change in colour. She will also gain an 8% attack buff for each pixie dust. So if Tinkerbell has 10 pixie dust, she will gain 10 attack buffs equaling 80% attack. She also deals 100% damage as well as an instant 300% burn to enemies in a circle around her. Once she is in supernova, she will lose a pixie dust for every 0.75 of a second. Therefore, if you start with 10 pixie dust, supernova will last for 7.5 seconds. It is also important to note that Tinkerbell special is not a traditional range special. It is more closer to a melee's. So you really need to move closer to the enemies and Tinkerbell will then hit enemies around her. Also, Tinkerbell will not gain any pixie dust while in supernova, so it's best to not use any heavy attacks and just the basics. Now, moving on to her signature ability. Tinkerbell's special ability is a huge boost. Now when she uses her special ability, the pixie dust depletes 0.25 seconds slower. This means that whenever Tinkerbell uses her special, when she has 10 stacks of pixie dust, Supernova will now last for 10 seconds as opposed to 7.5 seconds. She also gains a critical damage buff when in Supernova per pixie dust, which is a great added bonus offensively. Now, let's move on to her talents. The talents I use are Blast Wave, Sparked Ire, and Burning Passion. Whenever Tinkerbell uses her special ability, she has a chance to knock back enemies in a circle around her. Tinkerbell gains additional attack per pixie dust when she has entering supernova. So essentially this makes her good at countering the enemy's special abilities and gives her even more attack. Now the talent Sparked Ire, whenever Tinkerbell uses her special ability, enemies in a circle around her are inflicted with a burn, dealing damage per second for 5 seconds. Tinkerbell gains additional attack for each pixie dust she has when entering supernova. This again adds more damage and gives her more attack. Now the talent Burning Passion, while Tinkerbell is in a supernova state, her basic attacks have a chance to inflict burn, dealing damage per second over 5 seconds. Again, this is another source of damage and is great. So now let's move on to the gameplay. For this gameplay, I brought in Tinkerbell into Chapter 1 Expert. So, as you can see, I'm going to be gaining Pixie Dust. I'm at 2 right now. But because these are melee guardians, I can use my heavy attacks and not get punished. When you're against range guardians, you don't really want to be doing this, as you'll be losing health very easily. So, normally with the range guardian, you would use your special like anyway. But with Tinkerbell, you need it right close and hit your enemies like that. As you can see, she's now red and she put burns on the enemies. And let's see if we can get that. Her damage has increased a lot by 80%. And as you can see, those basic attacks are putting in burns. That's due to her talent Burning Passion. As you can see, we just came out of supernova state and now we're gaining pixie dust again. We weren't able to gain pixie dust because when you're in supernova, that's turned off. Now let's see if we can do it again. Or let's get that final. Use our heavy. As you can see, the knockdown. If Rapunzel were using a special, she would have been countered. As you can see, it lasted around 10 seconds, which is how long it's meant to last. And if you see, her basics are only doing 136 damage. But if I can get her into Supernova, you'll see that change. See, here's the perfect time to use it. So 136. Now they're doing 304 damage, which is almost double. And she's also putting in burns, which is an extra layer of damage. And there you go. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.